Welcome to the Connecticut SPJ Excellence in Journalism Awards Ceremony for our 2019 contest. We're very sorry that we can't celebrate these great works of journalism with you in person, but we hope that you stay healthy and stay safe. This year, we had 822 entries in 38 different categories. They range from features to news to investigative reporting and sports and arts and leisure. The biggest categories this year were feature story and local reporting, with 63 and 52 entries respectively. Each year, we swap contests with another SPJ chapter. They judge our contest, we judge theirs. This year, we swapped with Utah. And if you're currently helping us judge entries, thank you. To avoid biased or rushed decisions, we send our big three awards: the First Amendment Award, the Stephen A. Collins Public Service Award, and the Theodore Driscoll Award for Investigative Reporting to separate judges in other states. They are not involved with judging the rest of the contest. Those awards will be announced at the end of this video. First place winners for all contest entries will be announced here. All winners will be posted to our website, connecticutspj.org, by tomorrow morning. The board of the Connecticut SPJ congratulates all the winners on their awards. And without further ado, let's get to the awards.
Arts and Entertainment, Hyperlocal. From Baked Goods to Broadway Productions. The Sound, Pam McNeary. Regional A. Photo exhibit aims to draw attention to the unforgotten. Connecticut Post, Amanda Kuda. Regional B. After 2 decades of financial challenges, the Bushnell eyes a debt-free existence. Hartford Business Journal, Frank Rizzo. Magazine. Silent comedies with live music at the Norfolk Chamber Music Festival. Connecticut Magazine, Mike Wolschlager. Broadcast. The Piano, NBC 30. Heidi Voigt, Greg Monte.
Audio Storytelling, Regional A. Welcome to Corrupticate, Hartford Current, Mike Hamad.
Breaking news, hyperlocal. An immigrant evades ICE after courthouse standoff. New Haven Independent, Eugene Driscoll, Thomas Breen, Christopher Peak. Regional A, Bradley plane crash, Hartford Current, Nicholas Rondino. Regional B, Valerie Reyes murder, Greenwich Time, Hannah Dellinger, Rob Marchant, Umberto J. Roca. Broadcast, homes destroyed in Old Saybrook fire, NBC 30, Nicholas Dosher, Jamie Ratliff.
Business, hyperlocal. With Sparks Cycle Works, Matt Shell is going places. The Sound, Pam Johnson. Regional A. Home prices in Connecticut towns still struggling to recover. Hartford Current, Kenneth R. Goslin. Regional B. Is CBD a wonder drug for state's economy? Journal Inquirer, Zachary F. Facile. Magazine. The only constant is change. How to survive in manufacturing. New Haven Biz, Michelle Tuchito Sulo. Broadcast. Carfax caution. Vehicle history may not tell the whole story. NBC 30, Sandra Jones.
Continuing coverage, hyperlocal. Beat coverage of New Haven School Superintendent, New Haven Independent, Christopher Peak. Regional A, Small Solutions to Climate Change, Connecticut Mirror, Jan Ellen Spiegel. Regional B, Prison Healthcare, Journal Inquirer, Will Healy. Broadcast, I Did Not Sign Up for Violence, Healthcare Workers Targeted by Patients, NBC 30, Dan Corcoran, David Mulligan, John Wardle.
Courts and Crime, Hyperlocal, Illegally Secret Cop Drug Policy Released, New Haven Independent, Christopher Peak. Regional A, Leah Ulbrich Cold Case, A Broken Cycle of Pain, Hartford Current, Zach Murdoch. Regional B, 6 Signs of Escalating Domestic Violence in Doulos Marriage, Greenwich Time, Hannah Dellinger. Magazine, How Scott Simple Helped Turn Connecticut's Prisons into a Nationally Recognized Laboratory of Reform, Connecticut Magazine, Eric Hofgang. And Broadcast, Until They Come Home, Connecticut's Unsolved Missing Persons Mysteries, NBC 30, Heidi Voigt, Greg Monty.
In the data category, congratulations to these winners. Regional A, Database, Child Sexual Abuse at Boys and Girls Club, Connecticut Post, Hannah Dellinger, Lisa Yannick Litwiller, Victoria Sundquist, Megan Friedman, Peter Yankowski, Tatiana Flowers, and Umberto J. Rocha. For Regional B, Connecticut University endowments riding post-recession growth wave as tuition continues to rise. Hartford Business Journal, Sean Tian and Matt Pylon. Magazine, How Long You Live May Be Affected by Your Community. Connecticut Magazine, Eric Offgang. Broadcast, Sleepless in Connecticut, How Where You Live Can Affect How You Sleep. NBC 30, Dan Corcoran, John Wardle.
In diversity coverage, starting in hyperlocal, we have Untold Black and Latinx History Surfaces by New Haven Independent's Christopher Peak. Over in Regional A, we have Transgender Sports Debate by Connecticut Mirror's Kathleen Megan. And for magazine, we have Coming Out, Scary, Sad, Surprising, and Joyful Tales of That Life-Changing Moment by Connecticut Voices, Jane Lattice.
Editorial, Regional A. Bill would allow too much police secrecy. The Day, Paul Chenier. Regional B. State health leader must take stand on measles. News Times, Jacqueline Smith.
Editorial cartoon, Regional A. State begins taxing plastic bags. The Day, Jacinta Myers, Paul Chenier. Regional B. Honk if you hate tolls. Record Journal, Kevin Markowski.
Education, hyperlocal. 2 segregated schools, 2 reactions. New Haven Independent, Christopher Peak. Regional A. A calling with a price. Early childhood educators find low pay for important jobs. Connecticut Post, Linda Connor Lambeck. Regional B. Leaked email causes turbulence for Norwalk School Board influx. The Hour, Justin Papp. Magazine, Making It Right. Seasons Magazine, Carol Latter. Broadcast, The Cost of Teaching, Part 1, Teacher Spending and Supplies. NBC 30, Dan Corcoran, John Wardle.
For feature photo, hyperlocal. To Catch a Thief or Not from westportnow.com by Helen Kistler-During. Regional A, Lance Blast from the Hartford Courant by Mark Merko. Regional B, Moon Over Eagle on Landing Anniversary from the Record Journal by Dave Zajac. And Magazine, Chef Denise Apple from the Seasons Magazine by Winter Kaplanson.
In the feature stories category, hyperlocal, the winner is Christopher Peak, New Haven Independent. Students aim for 2-language seal. Under Regional A, the winner is Lori Riley, Hartford Courant, running into an unclear future. Regional B, the winner is Bailey Wright, Record Journal. Meriden Diner's rebirth stirs memories, hopes for the future as the landmark. Under magazines, the winner is Frank Rizzo, the Connecticut Voice, writing his next act. And in broadcast, the winner is Jamie Ratliff and Nicholas Dosher, NBC Connecticut. World War II soldiers' remains returned home.
General column, hyperlocal. Oi to the World, The Source, Lisa Nee. Regional A, Dan Haar, The Immigrant, Heart of a Historic McDonald's Union Drive, Connecticut Post, Dan Haar. Regional B, Good on Goodell for Pro Bowl decision, Norwich Bulletin, Chandra Bazelko. Magazine, As the Crows Fly, Hartford Magazine, Rand Richards Cooper.
Government, hyperlocal. Suburbs profit off New Haven's magnets. New Haven Independent, Christopher Peak. Regional A, a profile of Connecticut's Lieutenant Governor. Connecticut Mirror, Mark Pasniokas. Regional B, Connecticut's biggest corporate incentive you've never heard of. Hartford Business Journal, Matt Pylon. Broadcast, dispatch delays. NBC 30, Len Bestoff, John Wardle.
The winners in the headline category are as follows. For Hyperlocal, Days of Wine at Roses, The Sound, Pam Johnson. For Regional A, headlines, The Day, Joe Turco. For Magazine, Progressions to the Bean, The Sounds of Silence, Cheese Grater, Connecticut Magazine, Mike Wolschlager.
Health, Hyperlocal. GHS students say it's time to talk about menstruation. Guilford Courier, Jesse Williams. Regional A, desensitization gives some children with food allergies a viable treatment option. Connecticut Health I-Team, Kara Rosner. Regional B, Greenwich residents on Medicare, Medicaid struggle to find healthcare specialists. The Hour, To Tame Your Flowers. Magazine, Drugged Out. New Haven Biz, Natalie Masakian. Broadcast, Could Your Teen Have a Secret Stash of Drugs in Their Bedroom? NBC 30, Dan Corcoran, Garrett Allison.
The winners in the humorous column category are as follows. For Hyperlocal, Musings from Mara May, Glastonbury Life, Mara Dresner. Regional A, Grey Bridgeport and Bright Oz, Connecticut Post, Ken Dixon. For Regional B, A Postmortem for Latin, Record Journal, Glenn Richter. And for Magazine, Funny Bones, Seasons Magazine, Matthew Dix and Sean Wang.
In-depth reporting. Hyperlocal. Cityways School Change 3.0. New Haven Independent, Christopher Peak. Regional A. Invisible Walls. Connecticut Mirror, Jacqueline Rabe Thomas. Regional B. Newtown's armed school guards set a model for Connecticut. News Times, Rob Reiser. Magazine. Accident or arson? The Hartford Circus Fire 75 years later. Connecticut Magazine, Eric Offgang. Broadcast, Police PTSD. NBC 30, Len Bestoff and John Wardle.
Infographic design. Regional A. Interactive quiz of questions about the Clintons' history. Hartford Current, Chris Moore. Regional C. Magazine. Purdue Pharma and OxyContin, A Timeline. Connecticut Magazine, Greg Moody. Infographic reporting. Regional A. Jennifer Doulos' disappearance. Hartford Current, Tim Reck, Dave Altameri.
In investigative, congratulations to these winners. In hyperlocal, video captures principal shoving student. New Haven Independent, Christopher Peak. In regional A, at risk, boys and girls clubs and sexual abuse. Connecticut Post, Hannah Dellinger, Victoria Sundquist, Umberto Rocha, Megan Friedman, Tatiana Flowers, Peter Yankowski, and Lisa Yannick Litwiller. In regional B, Connecticut Bullying Law Flawed, review of records shows. Greenwich Time, Joe Croker. In broadcast, sick puppies and unacceptable conditions. Documents show troubled history of Connecticut Animal Rescue. NBC 30, Caitlin Burchell, John Wardle, and Erica Jorgensen.
Under Leisure, Hyperlocal, Keeping Bees Safe, Gentile shares pollinator-friendly tips, The Sound, Pam Johnson. Regional A, There's Value in the Past, The Day, Phil Hall. Regional B, New eateries bring young vibe to downtown, Greenwich Time, Joe Croker. And Magazine, people across Connecticut are creating a pollinator pathway for bees and butterflies. Connecticut Magazine, Teresa Sullivan Barger.
Local reporting. Hyperlocal. A Little Bit of Mercy, a Darien family's loss to addiction. Darien Times, Susan Schultz. Regional A. Missing money, lacks oversight in Bridgeport scrap for cash scandal. Connecticut Post, Bill Cummings. Regional B. They're wrong. Embattled Norwalk School Board member tries to clear name. The Hour, Justin Papp. Magazine. Beating the Heat. Today Magazine, Bruce Deckert. Broadcast. Foreclosed Dreams, NBC 30, Len Bestoff, Dave Mulligan.
News photo, hyperlocal. Fiery Merit crash injures 4, westportnow.com, Gordon Josoloff. Regional A, body search, The Day, Dana Jensen. Regional B, Gilder through the roof, News Times, H. John Voorhees III.
Non-page 1 layout, hyperlocal. Fighting apocalypse fatigue, one exhibit at a time. Harbor News, Jennifer Cortell. Regional A, Oceans Apart, New Haven Register, Sue Nussbaum. Regional B, MLB veteran hoping to get back into affiliated baseball, New Britain Herald, Bradford Carroll. Magazine, The Bud Boom. Cannabis is coming, and so is a complex new ecosystem revolving around it. Connecticut Magazine, Greg Moody.
Page 1 layout, Regional A. Remember D-Day, The Day, John Ruddy. Regional B, Trump impeached, Middletown Press, Sue Nussbaum. Magazine, First Place, Christmas Gifts Made in Connecticut, Hartford Magazine, Chris Moore.
In photo essay, hyperlocal. Scenes from November 19th, Norwalk Board of Education meeting. Will there be a repeat Tuesday? Nancy on Norwalk, Nancy Gunther Chapman. Regional A, reporting for duty. The Day, Sean D. Elliott. Regional B, Helium Heroes, The Hour, Sue Nussbaum, Tyler Sizemore. Magazine, Final Destination, Seasons Magazine, Stan Godlewski.
Religion, hyperlocal, All of Us Together, Valley Courier, Pam McNeary. Regional A, The Rise and Fall of Reverend Daniel McSheffery, Hartford Current, Dave Altameri. Regional B, Mother Mary, in Riverside, Residents on Earth restore a sacred part of their past, Greenwich Times, Joe Croker. Magazine, Near to God, Hartford Magazine, Rand Richards Cooper.
The winners of the reporting series category are, for hyperlocal, for the kids, Person of the Week, Valley Courier, Rita Christopher. For Regional A, Harassed at Work, Connecticut Post, Caitlin Criselt and Emily Munson. For Regional B, Broken System, Examining Hartford's High and Inequitable Tax Structure, Hartford Business Journal, Greg Berdorno, Matt Pylon, and Sean Tehan. For Broadcast, Hidden in Plain Sight, Mysterious Places You Never Knew Were in Connecticut, NBC 30, Dan Corcoran and John Wardle.
The winners in the sports column category are as follows. For Regional A, How Little We Know, Hartford Current, Mike Anthony. For Regional B, Merge with Spark to Title for Innovation Basketball, New Britain Herald, Ryan Chichester.
Sports feature, hyperlocal. First Tee teaches golf life skills. Glastonbury Life, Mara Dresner. Regional A, Lack of Respect, Hartford Current, Mike Anthony. Regional B, CCSU football player meets girl whose life he saved, New Britain Herald, David Gilovich. Magazine, A Question of Fairness, Connecticut Voice, Dawn Ennis. Broadcast, One-Handed MMA Fighter Excels and Inspires, NBC 30, Matt Finkel.
Sports news, hyperlocal. Old Saybrook's boys soccer claimed second straight state title, from Harbor News and Chris Negrini. Regional A week to remember, reflect, for Newtown football team, from GameTimeCT.com and Sean Patrick Boley. Regional B, New Canaan to Drew Pine inspired by 8-year-old Ryan Berg's battle against cancer, from the Stanford Advocate and Dave Stewart. And Broadcast, The Yard Goats Hispanic Heritage, from NBC 30 and Miguel Santiesteban.
Sports photo, hyperlocal, celebrating westportnow.com, Chris Greer. Regional A, Flagrant Foul, The Day, Sean D. Elliott. Regional B, Weston Stops Barlow, High School Football, News Times, H. John Voorhees III.
Video storytelling, hyperlocal, Ramirez honored by Norwalk Police, city leaders, Nancy on Norwalk, Harold F. Coben. Regional A, the 2019 CIAC Class L Football Championship, St. Joseph versus Hand, GameTimeCT.com, Sean Patrick Bowley. Regional B, Watch Special Needs Man, Bring Joy, Music to Greenwich. Greenwich Time, Tyler Sizemore, Tatiana Flowers. Broadcast, Turf Manager, NBC 30, David Mulligan.
Hello, I'm Ken Vennett, a past president of the Connecticut SPJ Pro Chapter, having served in 1990 to 91 and 2004 to 2006. I'm also a member of the Connecticut Journalism Hall of Fame, and I've been a member of the SPJ since February 1964, when I was inducted to the Temple University Student Chapter of Sigma Delta Chi, the forerunner of SPJ. For most of the past 2 decades, I've had the honor of co-hosting the Connecticut Pro Chapter's Excellence Award ceremonies. This year, in this electronic version of the awards program, I have the honor of introducing the 3 All Media Awards. These are our most prestigious awards, recognizing respectively investigative work, public service journalism, and reporting that honors work representative of the best example of a single story, column, or series which increases public understanding of the role of the press in a free society. We begin with our First Amendment Award, going to Tara O'Neill and the Connecticut Post for her reporting of being detained by authorities for doing her job as a reporter. The judges noted, no one wants to become the story, but in a time when voices at the highest levels are shouting down journalists, it's critically important to stand up for the First Amendment by not shying away from accurate reporting, even when it's about yourself or colleagues. The Connecticut Post did just that. The judges added, from Tara O'Neill's first-person account of the night of her detainment, to her continued reporting on the matters surrounding the night's protest, to her colleagues' determined quest to access footage from that night, at every step the Connecticut Post made the tough decision to do the right thing for its readers, for its staff, and for the First Amendment, in uncomfortable circumstances, with all involved being well deserving of this honor. Next, the Stephen A. Collins Public Service Award, named for the longtime editor of the Danbury News-Times, who died in 1986 at the age of 69. Steve worked on the creation of Connecticut's Freedom of Information Act and served for many years as SPJ's FOI chairman. This is a very special award, open to all media, for a story or stories having significant impact in the public interest. Entries must include supporting documentation, such as letters, editorials, evidence of a change in public policy, and so on, all showing how the entry had impact. This year's Stephen A. Collins Public Service Award goes to Christine Stewart and Connecticut News Junkies coverage, leading to the first release of school-level immunization data in Connecticut. The judges called it outstanding reporting that is yielding results. We all are concerned about our health and that of our children, and Connecticut News Junkies' story has an impact on every child in a Connecticut school. Not only does the reporting document those areas of the state that have relatively low rates of measles prevention, the reporting has led policymakers to consider changes that will tighten up vaccination requirements for students. This is a public service journalism that makes a direct difference in a community. And finally, the Theodore A. Driscoll Award for Investigative Reporting, named in memory of Ted Driscoll III, who was the Hartford Courant's first full-time investigative reporter. He was also a founder of IRE, the National Investigative Reporters and Editors Incorporated. He passed away in 1988 at the age of 50. This award is for a single story or formal series containing information obtained through reporter initiative not readily available to the news media or public. This year's Theodore A. Driscoll Award goes to the Connecticut Post's Harassed at Work by Caitlin Krasselt and Emily Munson. The judges explained this entry sheds light on an important issue, that of workplace harassment being pervasive. The subjects here can be our wives, sisters, and mothers. The package employs public records and compelling people. This emerged from a deep field. We congratulate all of our 2020 award recipients and thank all the participating journalists and media for their entries. We look forward to seeing you in 2021 for our annual Connecticut SPJ Pro Chapter Excellence in Journalism Dinner and Award ceremonies. Good luck and goodbye.